I'll be joining you here for a cast of Brighton versus Southampton today, and having a similar issue as I've had in the past with NBC's broadcast here. I'm like getting a not secure sign, and my computer's like trying to block it right now, which is weird. I don't know why it's happening. Hopefully it turns on it too. If it doesn't, I may have to do it on my phone or something like that. And we won't have the scoreboard for a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Either way, we're about a minute away, so let's go through the lineups here. Take a look at Brighton. We'll be setting up in the 3-4-3 here today. So Joel Veltman, Lewis Dunk, Adam Webster making up the back three. Tariq Lamptey and Solly March, the outside wing backs. Ben White actually going to move up from that back three into the midfield duo with Yves Bissouma. Pascal Gross will play in advance of them in the 10 role. It will be a double striker set up here today. Danny Welbeck and Aaron Connolly will be starting this one here today. And then on the flip side for Southampton, you can see Shea Adams will be starting up top along with Theo Walcott. Midfield four here of Moussa Genepo, Oriol Romeu. And sorry, I actually realized that I need to fix something here because Leandro Trossard is on my fantasy team, and he is starting, and it's 2 p.m., and this is, I'm fucked. No. No. I think it already started. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, it's letting me put McBurney in my lineup, so I'm pretty sure this is for next week. Yeah, it is. Curses. Well, hopefully he'll come on later in the match, and I can actually get some fantasy points from that. But as we were, will be Moussa Genepo, Oriol Romeu, James Ward-Prowse, Stuart Armstrong. Across the four here for Southampton, Ryan Bertrand, Jan Bednarak, Yannick Vestergaard, Kyle Walker-Peters making up the back four, and Alex McCarthy here will be in goal. So actually I'm not seeing the game right now. I'm not sure exactly why. I think my computer is being weird and blocking this. So give me a second. I'm going to try to find it on a different browser. I don't know why this is being blocked, honestly. I had this happen to me once before. It's kind of pissing me off, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I can't even hear the match. That's so weird. Why is it doing this? I swear. I'm so sorry, guys. This really sucks. I don't understand why this is a problem. The game is like definitely already started, so I'm gonna load it on my phone here, and we'll cast from there. And if I can get this up and running, we'll work off of that. But gotta make do with what you got, I guess. Why am I getting an error on everything? Even my phone, it says there's an authentication error. Like, what? That works. This other stream works. What is going on here? Why? Just server errors everywhere. What is happening? I can't even get the... What? It's just cycling me. Okay, finally getting on my phone at the very least here. Good lord. Okay, well, the phone's loading here. It's taking a while to get through ads. Okay, we do have it up here in the 4th minute of play. Southampton are moving this one up the near touchline. I'll continue to try to work on the stream on my computer here. It has been turned over to Brighton. Foul here on Tariq Lamptey. He'll go over. Here's Brighton on the other end. Pascal Gross looking to square this one. It's actually blocked away. Still across the box here. Lamptey can't get there. McCarthy will kick it away. Very close here. Are Brighton putting that one away. And Southampton with it again here. Sorry, I'm in a little frustrated of a mood here because I'm trying to get this up. I'm frustrated. I just got off a long call in my company. I'm frustrated. My roommate just made a really snide comment in the background for no fucking reason, which I'm frustrated at, as I'm trying to set up my stream, which isn't fucking working. So there's Southampton shooting this one forward is, I believe, Walker Peters here, but sorry, it was Walcott. That one not really any commitment to that strike. Why is this happening? The flag had come up on against Theo Walcott there. Why is this happening? I don't understand. Southampton on the other. Great move here from Shea Adams, trying to keep on his feet here, trying to get a cross away. Will not be able to do so. Sorry, that's actually Genepo there in the box. Almost good feet there from Musa Genepo. So being moved forward by Southampton up the far side here, headed away by the Brighton defense for a Southampton throw. So I continue to struggle with this. I don't understand why this is such a hassle. It's Bertrand moving this one forward. Looking across top of the box here, bounced away. Now it's Tariq Lamptey driving forward. Has Genepo behind him. Finally. Good Lord. This one headed away by Vestergaard. This one moves over to Tariq Lamptey. Shifted forward here into Aaron Connolly. But it's intercepted by Vestergaard. It'll come back to McCarthy. Headed forward here. Offside flag was up there against Shea Adams. This one coming along here from Matt Ryan. This one flicked on by Theo Walcott. Knocked over to the right-hand side. It's Lamptey picking this one up. Lamptey going to be hacked down there by Genepo from behind. It'll be a free kick here to Brighton. Be a free kick here to Brighton. Standing over, it's Pascal Gross. He's going to launch this one in. Decent ball around the box. Wide open here is Veltman. His header. Actually, sorry, I believe that is... Actually, I think that's Lewis Dunk. They're going up for that one. And he's actually on sides here. So very poor here from Dunk. Actually had a completely free header here and not able to get it on target. I think maybe he thought it was going to come back for a foul on Walker Peters there. And maybe it just has. But either way, still doesn't get a good connection on that one, does Dunk. And really should be hitting the target with that. So here's McCarthy. Sending this one long. Flicked on there by Ward-Prowse, but it'll be collected by Yves Bissouma. He'll move this one forward. Gross doesn't come forward, and it's intercepted by Vestergaard. He'll move it into the path of the onrushing Armstrong, but it's intercepted by Dunk, and once again, Bissouma comes away with it. Now to Lamptey, with Genepo chasing him, and will do just enough to force the challenge here from Bertrand, but it will be a foul called on Genepo and an early yellow card for 2 challenges from behind on Lamptey in the early minutes here. Did look to be a bit of a nick there. You see him coming from behind. Does get a little clip there. Kills the momentum. So Genepo will find himself in the back early here. Ward-Prowse going to look backwards. Southampton have taken this one back. It's McCarthy shifting it out to Bertrand. Offside's going to be called here on Adams. Yeah, I doubt it, Connor. It's fine. I don't think he will sub on and score. Also, they didn't book Lamptey. That was Genipo, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's still 3 points lost. So I'm going to be cleared away here, but that's a poor clearance. Very lucky there for, I believe, Webster that Matt Ryan can come off his line and catch that one. I mean, it's obviously not actually your fault that I didn't play Trossard. I could have ignored you and played McBurney. But I did not. This one shifted back. Bit of a clip here on the onrushing Ben White, and he'll barrel over his marker there, Romeu, but the foul will be called here for the initial one there on Ben White. It'll be brought back. Yeah, he'll sub on, but it won't really matter. Free kick coming here from Gross. Is actually going to elect to take this one short out to the far side. It's Solly March driving. Gets around Armstrong, but his cross easily blocked away there by Romeu. March will be asked to retreat a couple yards here for the ensuing throw-in. Welbeck, Romeu. Welbeck will barrel over Romeu there. It'll be a free kick here to Southampton. Welbeck leaving a couple extra words here for Romeu. Not sure exactly why. It's pretty clearly a foul there on Welbeck, no matter what he would like to believe. Here comes the clearance from McCarthy. This one goes straight up in the air. Looks like Shea Adams may have gotten stepped on there. He's hopping around in a bit of pain. Certainly will be able to carry on in the long term here, but for now, hobbles around as this one's launched up the field into the waiting hands of Matt Ryan by Stuart Armstrong there. Now it's Yves Bissouma moving this out to Lamptey. This one going to be launched away by Veltman. Well, that's a bit of a shove in the back there from Vestergaard. Wow, shocked he's gotten away with the foul here on Pascal Gross. Just bumped into him with no intention to play the ball and has somehow escaped the attentions of the center referee here. Now it's Vestergaard once again over to Bertrand and back to Ward-Prowse. Now this one moving over to Walker-Peters into the feet of Romeu. Good ball into the feet of Adams, but it just escapes him. It comes off of Adams for a Brighton throw here. Defended there by Dunk. See Danny Ings here still recovering. Such a crucial player for Southampton. Has been exceptionally lethal here this season so far. Solly March looks long here. Comes back into Romeu. Now shifted back. But Brighton have taken it once again. Shift up the left-hand side here looking for the run of Connolly, but it's easily intercepted there by Bednarak. He'll hoof it away here. And in the ensuing scrum, it will be an offsides flag coming up against the likes of Welbeck. Southampton will take a free kick here. 18th minute in this one, still settling in are both teams. Not really a chance to speak of just yet. So Romeu will lay this one off. Southampton moving this forward. Good combination play as Armstrong drives forward. Great sliding challenge there from Bissouma. Will take it away. He'll get by Oriol Romeu, who took a little tumble there in midfield. Now has slotted in Danny Welbeck, looking for options here. As Welbeck, he's going to slide it over to Connolly. Connolly runs out of space. He tries to look for Lamptey, but it ends up coming off the head of Genipo for a corner kick. Corner will be taken here from the near side of the pitch. It will be Solly March standing over this one for the in-swinging corner. Here is that corner kick. March swings this one in, headed away at the near post. It looks like Dunk actually went up and made contact with that, but deflected off a Southampton player. There will be another corner kick here for Brighton. Here comes the corner kick. Actually going to go short here. We'll reset it, but well pressured here by Genepo and the rest of Southampton. Results in a very deep cross here from Veltman, and that is poorly executed corner kick there by Brighton. Easily caught there by McCarthy. He'll look for a quick clearance into the path of Shea Adams, but Tariq Lamptey's there to read it. Basuma, Lamptey. Lamptey will switch play here back to Veltman. He's pressured pretty quickly here by Genepo, but does very well to step through that challenge. Now he'll launch it long with his left foot, but can't get over the head of Vestergaard. Ball will eventually be collected here for a throw-in by Lamptey. He'll start it off quickly into the feet of White. Now Brighton passing it around the back. Here's Lewis Dunk, has control of this one. He'll shift it back to Ryan. Ryan going to go long up the near touch line to Lamptey's head. He'll just keep that one in play, but Danny Welbeck can't stop it from running out. It'll be a throw into Southampton. So now Bertrand on the near touch line here for the throw, and you can see the how cold it is from the player's breath in the air as Genepo gets past Veltman, almost gets past him again, but that one deflects off the back foot of Veltman. It'll be just enough to stop the run of Genepo. Winter time in England, of course, is certainly cold for everyone. Gloves out on a lot of players. Breath showing up in the cold December air here. That will not stop the likes of James Ward-Prowse here, sporting the short sleeve t-shirt and still on fire this season from all of his set pieces. Has scored several goals, multiple assists here for Ward-Prowse. Of course, a lot of those assists typically go to the likes of Danny Ings, who is not available for selection here for Southampton. Probably the first name on the team sheet when he is available. This one poked away from Armstrong by March. He's going to come forward here. Has Connolly and Danny Welbeck in the box, but is met by Walker Peters. Defends pretty well, allowing Stuart Armstrong to nip back and knock that one out for a Brighton throw-in. Taken pretty quickly here. It'll come all the way back to Lewis Dunk, now over to Veltman. He'll cut this one, looking for some options here. We'll get a little bit of dink up towards... It looks like Pascal Gross, who asked for a foul from the referee, doesn't get it. Yves Bissouma comes right through Romeo. That's also not called, but Southampton still have possession. Now this one's shifted over to the left by Armstrong. Here's Genepo trying to get past the challenge, but he will be dispossessed. Now lobbed up the line here by White, but that's poor. I think he was trying to wrap it into the path of Danny Welbeck there. Could not do so. It'll sail out for a throw in here. So here's Bertrand. Throwing this one in. Walcott attempts to chest that down for one of his teammates, but it rides into the path of Veltman, and Brighton will have it again. This one launched forward by Ryan with his weaker left foot, and you can see just how much weaker, as that one's right in the path of Kyle Walker-Peters, driving forward now out to Walcott. Crosses blocked by Webster. Now the offsides flag will come up against Theo Walcott. It'll be a free kick to Brighton. Both teams still trying to really find their feet in the attack here. Seen a couple of decent combinations of passing, but so far the execution in the final third for both sides has been poor or non-existent. Another potential opportunity they're going to waste for Southampton as Walcott finds himself offsides. Brighton wasting a corner at the other end as well. Matt Ryan will get us started here. Looking long. little bit towards the left-hand side. Up goes Welbeck. He'll lose out to Bednarik there. Solly March trying to hold off Armstrong here. And oh boy, Armstrong just absolutely gets bodied off there. But he will do enough to get that one out of play. It'll be a throw into Brighton. Stuart Armstrong got absolutely ragdolled there by Solly March as he was holding him off with his shoulder. Now he'll throw this one into the feet of Connolly. Flicks it on towards Welbeck, who's inside the box. This one bouncing around still. Finally cleared away by Genepo. And it's actually going to be a penalty called here. It looks like the referee is pointing to the spot for a handball. I actually had my stream freeze up on me for a second here, so let me reset the stream, let you know what's going on. But that sort of comes out of nowhere here on a random attack, and maybe a call for the hand of Genepo going up above the head of Welbeck. I'm not exactly sure. Stream's still trying to get reset here. I'm not exactly sure if this is an NBC problem or a me problem. I really apologize for this again. I'm trying to duplicate this and see if we can just get it up and running here. I have no idea what's happened. I have no audio either. Here we go. So it is a penalty. Pascal Gross going to be standing over this one. And it does sound like it was for a handball. We'll see the replay after the shot, no doubt. So here is Gross stepping up to this one. Gross. Slow run up. Shoots. Scores. Brilliant penalty here from Pascal Gross. Never looked like any doubt from the German, and Brighton will take a 26-minute lead here. So we'll take a look at what happened here. Here's the penalty from Gross once again. Sort of shifts his hips as if he's going to go left, but sprays it into the right-hand side. Never any doubt there for Gross. As we look, here's the replay of what happened. So Welbeck gets ahead on it, and it just bounces off of Ward-Prowse's outstretched hand there. And that's incredible. What a small little detail there caught by the referee, as it barely even skimmed off the hand of Ward-Prowse. Really didn't affect the play at all, but given the rules in place, the referee pointed to the spot, and Pascal Gross made no mistake. Also ensured the doom of my fantasy matchup that you heard a little bit about at the beginning there. I didn't play Ollie McBurney this week instead of Leandro Trossard, who didn't start today. And my opponent has Danny Welbeck, so that's a free assist for him. This one has gone out at the near side for Tariq Lamptey. We'll throw this one in. Easily headed forward by Genepo. Up goes Veltman, headed away. Be another throw in here for Southampton. Here's Bertrand. Throw in short here for Walcott. It'll come back to Bertrand. He sort of loses control there, but does get clipped by Ben White. It'll be a free kick here to Southampton. Pretty decent crossing position, and not something you want to give up there if you are Brighton. We all know how potent James Ward-Prowse is from these set-piece situations. Sorry, I'm going to grab my work computer here. So it's Ward-Prowse and Bertrand standing over this one. I think we know who will take the set piece. Here is, it's actually Bertrand swinging this one in, and that one going to be headed away by Lewis Dunk. Brighton captain doing what he needed to do there, getting that one out of the danger area. Good shift here of the body by Kyle Walker-Peters will escape the attentions of Welbeck. He'll clip him, and it'll be another free kick, this time from probably a better position for Ward-Prowse to deliver. Here is the free kick. Ward-Prowse clipping this one into the back post. Up goes Vestergaard, cleared acrobatically away by Yves Bissouma. And here is Lamptey trying to break away in behind. Lamptey driving forward, tries to get a cross away, but it bounces off Ward-Prowse, and it'll be a corner kick for Brighton. This one swung in here, poked away by McCarthy. Comes back into the box through the likes of, I believe this is Gross, but certainly offsides here is Lewis Dunk, and it will be a free kick here to Southampton. Now a throw in here for Brighton on the near side. Veltman going to leave this one for Lamptey. Lamptey throws this one in up the line. Headed down by Vestergaard. Comes to White, who will launch it forward to Connolly. Has the support of Welbeck. Now has a little bit of room to work. We'll look for the early ball. That will not pick out Bissouma. It's blocked away by Kyle Walker-Peters. Webster out to Bissouma. This one sent into the box here. Settled down by Lamptey. Shot comes in from Gross, but he can't keep it down. It will sail high into the bleachers here, and the chance has gone begging for Brighton. Pretty decent ball here from Yves Bissouma. Goes all the way into the back post. Actually, Welbeck that chests that one down. Gross can't keep the shot on target. One back here by Bissouma. Judged to be fairly by the referee. Good leave now by Bissouma. Allows it to run to Solly March. He's under some pressure from Walker-Peters. Has held off the challenge and has found Bissouma. Bissouma cutting onto his left. Trying to get around. Runs out of room here. Actually keeps it in play at the touchline. No foul called by the referee. Southampton can bring it away through Walker-Peters. He's bundled over by Connolly. It'll be a free kick here to Southampton. Now the referee having a conversation with the captain, Dunk, here. He's not happy with the way Connolly reacted to that foul call. It's kind of funny right now. If you do listen into the broadcast, you can hear the fans, because there aren't that many fans. They can't make quite enough noise to block out the fans who are close to the cameras or to the, the little sound boards they have on the sideline. So we can hear this one guy in particular as a hold on here. It's just a great ball in behind for Bertrand from Romeo. His cross is blocked away by Veltman for a corner kick here. We can hear one guy on the sideline yelling at the referee after Connolly made that foul. He goes, "No deference, ref. You suck, ref." It's really, it's pretty funny. It's the same guy too. Like, you can recognize his voice. So now it's Ward-Prowse from the near corner here. Going to swing this one in. Southampton looking to level this one again. Fell behind to a 27-minute penalty from Gross. Let's come back out to Genepo. He heads back in. Dunk going to head away. Genepo again. This one to Adams. He settles it down well. Haven't heard Adams' name a whole lot today. It's like we mentioned, Southampton have been struggling to establish their attack. Armstrong lofts one into the box. Up go the heads. It's knocked down first, I believe, there by Veltman, and then he'll get the second clearance away, looking for the feet of Connolly. It'll be knocked off him by Bednarek, but will be a Brighton throw. Lamptey. Short throw in here. We'll get it back. That one just stays in play. He'll pick out Connolly, but Connolly's pass for Welbeck. A little too hot to handle there. This one thrown in here. Lamptey going to go up, win the header. Basuma will try to chest it down for White, but it will be well protected there by Genepo and allowed to roll out for a throw in here for Southampton. Did one of the broadcasters just say someone was an all-round good guy? Wow. That sounds to me like, and it's not like I'm perfect. I have these moments too. But that sounds exactly to me like you were about to say something, or you had a point, you made your point, and then you had this awkward period where like, should I stop? Should I throw it over to my caster? What should I say? And you're just like, he's a good guy. Yeah. Woo! Lamptey now with the throw in here on the near touchline for Brighton. He'll get it back from Basuma, launch this one up towards Connolly, with the header won there by Vestergaard and brought down by Romeu. Right into Armstrong's feet. He'll shift it over here to Walker-Peters. Going to drive forward. Walcott. Vestergaard. This one from Ward-Prowse going to go backwards. Vestergaard. Bit of a scrap here for possession. Looks to be a one by Southampton. No, it will be a Brighton throw, actually, as Genepo was challenging with Lewis Dunk here. So Lamptey now on top of another throw in here for Brighton, who have this 1-goal lead in the 38th minute of play. Once again, courtesy of that Pascal Gross penalty kick off of the handball called against James Ward-Prowse. Now Shea Adams has possession. He's trying to drive forward against, this is Veltman here. He'll look backwards. It's actually Ben White who was tracking him there. This one comes out long. It's knocked down well by Vestergaard into the path of Ward-Prowse, and some decent options here for Walker-Peters inside the Brighton box. His cross deflected, knocked away by Ben White. Good defending there from the bodies in the box for the... Are they the Birds? There's got to be like a specific... The goals. They're goals. That's right. Seagulls. Yeah, for the Seagulls. Shit. Okay. See, I said it earlier. It just happened to me. I actually had nothing to say. Now here's Bertrand. Out to Genepo. Genepo moves this one back to Ward-Prowse. He'll swing it on over to Jan Bednarek. Bednarek over to Vestergaard. Looking up here. Going to clip this one. Trying to get it over the head of Veltman, but that was way too driven to ever escape the attention of a defender. And now Pascal Gross will get clipped here by Genepo, and will be a free kick to Brighton. Genepo claims of a dive here, but he'll have to watch himself. He's already on a yellow card here for a couple challenges on Tariq Lamptey, and while there certainly wasn't anything more than a little nip there onto Pascal Gross, the fouls could continue to mount up here for Genepo, leaving him in a little bit of danger. Lucky me, he's also on my fantasy team. So here's Matt Ryan. Oh, you guys can congratulate CDG in the chat there. He owns Pascal Gross. Here is Stuart Armstrong, moving this one into the path of the overlapping Walker Peters. Tracked down here by March, has sort of run out of room here to get his cross away, so he lays it off to Armstrong once again. Drives inside on his left foot. Swings it over to Bertrand. Bertrand on his left. Not seeing a crossing angle. Will go back to Armstrong. Armstrong drives forward. He looks for a cross, but Yves Bissouma, look at that sliding challenge there. Picture perfect from Bissouma. This one almost connects with Connolly, but well met there by Bednarek. Now it's Romeu. Walcott driving into the box, looking for a strike here, and Matt Ryan sees that one the whole way, allows it to run across the face of goal, and it will go out for a goal kick here. This one now launched forward. Up goes Welbeck, but he'll lose out to Vestergaard here. Bissouma. White. This one coming out to Solly March now. A little bit of room to run, but finally Armstrong is in the way. Good ball in behind for Connolly. He'll face up, but that one will be stripped very easily, honestly, by Bednarek there. Come back to Bednarek into Romeu. Good pressure here from March, really harrying Romeu there, but remains calm, does the former Chelsea man, and it will now be Vestergaard in possession, back to Romeu. Now with a little more room, he'll look for a crossfield pass here into the path of Genepo, who will keep it in play here on the far side, driving forward at Veltman, gets over to his left-hand side, looking for the cross, gets it away, but that one is skied far too high. It'll roll all the way across the face and out on the far side for a throw-in here. Good turn here from Armstrong on the far side. As a lot of shouts that ball went out of play, but continued on, and referee never raised his flag, although it finally is robbed of possession by Ben White. It'll be a throw in here to Brighton after some good defending there from White. 42nd minute here. Just a couple minutes left until halftime, and I know we missed the first 4 minutes as we tried to get the stream up and running here of the match, but this half feels like it has flown by here between these two sides. A bit surprising considering the real lack of quality attacking chances we've seen from them. But maybe just the ball not rolling out of play a whole lot as Matt Ryan sees this one roll into his own path. We'll wait for Shea Adams to come pressure before throwing it out to the left-hand side. It's Webster. Into Solly March. He's under pressure from Armstrong pretty quickly here, and it will be taken away by the double from Walcott. Ward-Prowse over to Genepo. Genepo gets a good turn onto White, drives forward, looks for Walcott, but the pass a little bit behind Walcott, who loses his balance. Now cleared away here. Decent first touch by Welbeck. He's actually taken it away from Bednarek. He springs in Connolly, who can't quite control it. A lot of white shirts, only Welbeck here. He tries to find Welbeck, but easily intercepted by Vestergaard in the end. It's a good idea there from Connolly and Welbeck, but again, only had Welbeck in the box. The ball had to be absolutely perfect to pick him out there. So there were 5 white shirts sort of in between the ball and Welbeck. Could have tried to hold it up and wait, but that could have been risky as well, considering that Walker Peters was closing him down. So went for the best option there, Connolly, but was always going to be very difficult in that situation. So this is now swung out to Armstrong. Walker Peters looks back for Ward-Prowse. He's going to shift this one over to Bertrand. Bertrand settles himself, looks for a cross in here. That one escapes the attentions, comes all the way to Armstrong. He looks across. It's blocked away by Solly March. Corner kick here for Brighton. Or sorry, Southampton. Bertrand. Looks like our lineup got updated there, so let me drop this down a little bit. Here comes the corner from the far side. Swung out. Up goes Vestergaard. Great header. It's a goal! And Southampton have leveled it in the 45th minute of play right before halftime. What a header from Yannick Vestergaard. It's a great set piece here. James Ward-Prowse swinging it out here. Vestergaard times his leap to perfection. Look at the connection here. Brilliant connection, brilliant direction. It's tucked into the left-hand side of the net here. And Matt Ryan can do nothing about this one. He's stretched as far as he can, but it's just a brilliant header here from Yannick Vestergaard. And Southampton have leveled it at the critical moment right before halftime. And that will be a crushing blow to the momentum of Brighton here. Lamptey swinging this one up the line here, but Vestergaard will take that one away from Connolly, but adjudged to be unfairly. It'll be a free kick here to Brighton as we have reached the 1 minute allotted for stoppage time here. So will likely be the last chance of the half, and we'll see if Brighton can score off a free kick like their opponents just have through Vestergaard. This one's swung in by Pascal Gross. Great ball to the back post, but Adam Webster can't direct it goalwards. Not sure if he was offsides or not, but either way, another decent chance on a set piece here for a Brighton player not taken, unlike Yannick Vestergaard, who came, saw, and conquered on that that corner kick from James Ward-Prowse, leveling the match at 1 in the 45th minute. We go into halftime, all honors even at 1 apiece. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a snack and some water. I'll be back. We can talk about the first half, some of the absentees for these lineups and how they're sort of playing right now when I get back with some water and some snacks. So thanks again for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying the stream so far. All right, guys, back from getting a snack here. We're set to go. So let's talk a little bit about what we saw in that first half. Um, well, once we got the stream going after like 5 minutes, pretty standard sort of awkward start between teams. Two teams really trying to figure out, get their rhythm flowing. They just didn't really look that connected or sharp in attack. Not really combining the way they want. Both teams kind of looked like that at the beginning of the half. We get up to 24 minutes. It basically looks to be that way. It doesn't look like anyone's scoring. And then all of a sudden, handball in the box apparently results in the penalty. Gross makes no mistake, puts it away. And then from that point on, I would say it was mostly Southampton in possession. I wouldn't say they generated a whole lot with that possession. I thought it was fairly well defended by Brighton at all points. And again, I think Southampton has struggled to sort of build up their play or build up their attack pretty much the whole half. But they get a corner kick, and everybody knows how dangerous James Ward-Prowse is with those set pieces where he can whip balls into dangerous areas. Yannick Vestergaard climbs highest, knocks it in, 1-1, and I think you can kind of say that's probably fair. I don't think either team showed a whole lot in that first half. I don't think they were particularly sharp or at their highest level, and so I don't think either one was, really better or worse than the other one. So kind of two, big moments that we had, but not really any sort of sustained pressure or general play from either team. I'd say if any of them, it would maybe be slightly Southampton with a little bit more possession in the opposition third, but probably not too much. And kind of talk about why. So a couple of players absent here for these teams. Obviously, for Southampton, not having Danny Ings available to start is always going to be a big blow. It does look like he's warming up on the sideline, but they may or may not turn to him. It's really important for them to have Ings healthy, and so having days when he can rest or recover from injury is super critical in a long season, because he is absolutely their best player. He is clinical with all of these half chances that comes to him, and having him on the field draws attention and opens up a little bit of space for Shea Adams, who's a pretty good striker, I would say, but nowhere near Ings' quality. And we've seen Adams succeed a decent amount this season in partnership with him, because I think they play in a synergistic style. Both of them have a bit of a killer instinct, but Ings, with how good he is, draws attention away from the second striker. People need to pay attention to Ings. You may need to send two players to Ings. He's dangerous. He creates chances, etc. And this just benefits your strike partner. Today, he's partnered with Theo Walcott, who can play up top, but for the better part of his career with Arsenal was fielded as a wide player. While he can be a solid striker, he doesn't quite have the same play style that an Ings would. He's more about pace, power, and crossing. And I don't think he draws as much attention sort of outside the box as Ings would, or just potentially as much focus as he would. So I think that's hurting a little bit. I also just think Southampton aren't passing particularly sharply today. I also think Genepo has been a little bit of a black hole on the left side of the pitch here. Seems to want to dribble every time he gets it and is not having a lot of joy with it. Brighton are just pretty packed defensively. It's a 3-4-3. There's at least 7 players behind the ball pretty much all times. 3-4. It's a 3-4-3. You could even say a 3-4-1-2 basically, with where Gross occupies more of a 10 role. Doesn't really track back that much, but there's still a lot of opposition to dribbling infield from the outside. From Brighton's perspective, you are playing a system that you maybe don't play all the time. No Mope also, or you do play the system, but maybe not the triangle 3. Sometimes you play a front 3. Sometimes you play like a 3-5-2 all the way across. Without such a pure attacking mid player like Gross, but Gross has been very effective for them in their last few matches. So do think they're kind of doing the right. I do think they're doing the right thing here. They are in the absence of Mope, which does hurt them. It removes a hold-up play option. You can see Connolly is the one being asked to be the high man, try to run into channels, try to hold up play, and he struggled. It's a very hard job for sure. He's been asked to do a lot. It hasn't been given a ton of support, but I don't think he's executed on it particularly well when given opportunities. Welbeck has certainly been the more effective of the two strikers today, but that's why we can see that the Mope absence hurts Brighton. That is their spot to hold up play up the field and allow them to move their pressure up, move their possession up the field. And so I think that's why we see the game get so stagnated right now. There's just not a lot going for either team. I think if they do want to get it going, keep looking for Gross. Try to have him unlock some things. Maybe allow Yves Bissouma to run a little bit more than he usually does. Usually Bissouma is partnered with someone like Steven Alzate or something of that nature in a 3-5-2. Much more of a double pivot defensively, but with Ben White, who's typically a right back, but is a pretty versatile player playing in midfield, you can really just leave him as the base. He's essentially an extra defender, right? Leave him as the full base, allow Yves Bissouma to play more of a box-to-box role. He does like to be a deep line playmaker, but I think he can release, a pass from deep and then surge into the box. But ultimately, I just think these teams are just lacking a little sharpness today. They're not really getting, Brighton's not really getting Solly March in particular free. Tariq Lamptey's having a little bit of success down the right-hand side, but not a ton. And from the Southampton perspective, maybe just struggling with some of their final third execution without their best guy on the pitch. But we'll need to see some improvements probably from both. We'll see if either one of them can really take the momentum and try to run away with this game when we come back from coverage here. But with that analysis kind of in, I'm going to turn back to some work here, try to get a couple things done with my normal job. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the second half. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the stream again, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, players are coming back on the pitch, so I guess I won't silence myself. We'll just go right into it. Looks like Danny Ings is actually going to be introduced here. He is in the full kit. He's on the sideline, and it looks like he will be subbed on here. So let's see what Ralph Hasenhüttl has up his sleeve. I'm not sure if this will be a straight swap or a formation change, or at least move Theo Walcott out to a wide position. See what the decision is. Could also be that Shea Adams is still struggling from that knock he took when he got stepped on, and maybe he's coming off here. Changes in. Ings is on. Still not sure who's off. Let's see if Fatmob has it. Vestergaard. Maybe Genepo with the yellow card. So here's Ings running at this one as we have gotten started once again here. This one headed forward. Still trying to figure out who was substituted here for Southampton. This one comes forward from Brighton but escapes, from Southampton, but escapes Danny Ings there. We'll roll back to Matt Ryan. He knocks this one away. It's bouncing amongst the heads. Finally, Ward-Prowse trying to settle it down. We'll get it to Bertrand, who knocks it forward, but only into the path of Veltman. Yeah, even Fatmob's not sure here. Theo Walcott's still on the pitch. I see the back four. Romeu, Ward-Prowse, Armstrong. Shea Adams is still on the pitch. It's Genepo. Yeah, so they substituted Genepo at halftime here for Danny Ings. And it will be Theo Walcott moving out to the left-hand side, and the usual strike partnership of Ings and Shea Adams will return. Ball now bouncing around the heads here. It's knocked down by Ward-Prowse. It's with Shea Adams. He tries to lift this one into the path of Bertrand, but it's blocked away and now cleared up the line. Oriol Romeu brings this one down, but it's a bit of a poor pass there. Turned over in a fairly dangerous area. Here goes Pascal Gross. Has Danny Welbeck to his left. He'll get hacked over here by Romeu. Yellow card going to be shown to Romeu as well. In a good shooting position here for Brighton. It's a mistake there from Southampton holding midfielder. Allows this chance to happen. And then, yeah, he is the one to bowl over Pascal Gross. Certainly a foul here. You can see that initial challenge just gets none of the ball, no matter how much the Southampton players remonstrate. So will be Pascal Gross standing over this one, along with Solly March. Now Gross will send Solly March away. He will stand over it alone, probably looking to clip this one into the back post. And it will come in here as Webster, with that one headed away at the critical moment by Danny Ings. Very good defense here by the newly introduced striker in the right position to remove the danger from this chance. You can see here, it looks like offsides is Dunk probably, but it comes to the back post. You can see Ings getting into the right spot there to head that one away, and I think he also may draw a foul here on Adam Webster, who comes in a bit late behind him. And he does do so, so well done there once again by Danny Ings. Now launched forward by McCarthy. Headed on by Adams, bouncing around in the air. Ings goes up, can't win it, but it will be Bertrand in control, and it looks like a free kick going to be called here. Shoving the back on Oriol Romeu. Southampton have another set piece here. This one in a tough area, probably will just be played short, and it will. It's Walcott setting himself, crossing this one into the box. Up goes Shea Adams, but he's sandwiched in between both Webster and Dunk, who get up and disrupt that chance. Bednarek. Good move here by Walker Peters, faking the pass in field, and will shift right past Danny Welbeck. James Ward-Prowse knocks this one over to Vestergaard. Vestergaard forward into the feet of Theo Walcott. His touch is a little bit loose, and he's forced to turn back. He does pick out Bertrand. Ings clipping this one into the path of Walcott, headed away by Lewis Dunk. It comes back out to Armstrong. Armstrong met by Veltman. Looks back for Theo Walcott, but his pass deflects off Bertrand. Fortunately for Brighton, they can't keep a hold of this one, and Southampton have it once again. It's Vestergaard. Goal scorer. He drives forward. Nice little layoff here to Bertrand. He's going to look across. That one will deflect off of Yves Bissouma, though, and bounce harmlessly into the waiting arms of Matt Ryan. Ryan going to punt this one out towards Welbeck, but Bednarek is there to read it. He'll clear it into the far side. Bissouma now. Excuse me. It's that 3 o'clock. That 3 o'clock workday feeling, man. Don't think I'm going to make another coffee, though. Solly March clipped this one in behind for Connolly. Looks like he may have gotten clipped while playing the ball, but play allowed to continue here for advantage. Webster now on it. He'll launch one into the path of Pascal Gross, who clips it to the back post. Here comes Lamptey, and bit of awkward positioning here for McCarthy, but Lamptey can't quite control it properly. His first touch bounces up into the air as he tries to get it away from Alex McCarthy, and he can't direct his second touch goalward. See this ball from Pascal Gross. Does pretty well to draw in Walker Peters, but Danny Welbeck kind of gets in the way of his own teammate who's coming forward. Lamptey can't keep that one under control to try to punish McCarthy for coming off his line. Bednarek getting it started. That's a poor clearance. Solly March will head forward. Bednarek throws himself into a challenge here, but it's actually going to be a free kick against Brighton as Welbeck remains crumpled on the ground here. I should probably get a fork for these, actually. I just realized. I'll be right back, guys. Because Danny Welbeck's still rolling around in some pain here. I don't think we'll get started anytime soon. This was still a foul on Welbeck despite the pain he's in, because Bednarek headed the ball and Welbeck bounced into him afterwards. Play has restarted here. It's been cleared into the Brighton end, but they have one possession back. Yves Bissouma's found Solly March, who's driving forward, now under pressure from Armstrong. Goes in for a sliding challenge, gets the ball. It's adjudged to be fair by the referee, and now Walker Peters can bring Southampton the other way. His pass is inaccurate for Shea Adams. It'll be intercepted by Dunk, and now Matt Ryan can clear his lines. Instead shifts this one out to the far side for Lamptey. He'll look in field here. Now launched forward by, that's Dunk, well settled here. Now Welbeck turning, has the option for March here. March with some room, looking for the cross, swinging one in. Up goes Connolly, but headed away by Vestergaard. Here's a strike from Bissouma. It's Welbeck inside the box, flicked on by Connolly, saved by McCarthy. And no doubt the offsides flag will come up here against Connolly. Look at the replay here. It's good work by Connolly and Welbeck to shift this one out to March. He has plenty of time, sets himself for the cross. Vestergaard does extremely well to knock this one away. It's a half decent strike from Bissouma. Welbeck's onsides for sure. Connolly is offsides after that Welbeck touch. We see Neil Maupay sitting there on the bench here today, just behind Johan Bosch. This one thrown in here by Brighton, knocked away by Vestergaard, comes all the way over to Solly March. March lays it forward. Gross, left-footed cross here. That will not escape McCarthy's attentions. He will catch that one fairly easily. Poor clearance here from Southampton. Will go out on the near touchline for a throw-in. Adam Webster throws this one in. Going to bounce from Connolly off of Walker Peters. Will be another throw for Brighton. Well, Solly March standing on the pitch here is about to throw this one in. We'll now back up. Well read here by Romeu, but even better by Welbeck. He'll take it off Romeu. Now Bissouma holding off a couple challenges. Gets bowled over here, but the ball was certainly won in the challenge. Clearance here picked off by Dunk, but a bit of a poor pass there from Webster. We're going to be poked off of him. Shea Adams going to look in behind. He'll be clipped as he sends this one in, and it's going to be a yellow card out for Dunk for certain. It's now getting started here once again our Southampton. Vestergaard will shift this one over to Bednarek. A little bit of a tough touch there from Bednarek, but he does enough to get it back to McCarthy. We will clear this one away. Settled down by Dunk this time. He's going to lob one up the pitch here. Intended for Welbeck, but a little bit too far here to run into Matt Ryan's box. Or sorry, Alex McCarthy's box. So now it's McCarthy. He was looking to go short here, but Brighton pressing a little high will force him into a punt. Aiming towards the left-hand side here. It's well won there by White, but brought down by Armstrong, who's picked out Shea Adams. It'll come all the way back to Walker Peters. Armstrong. Walker Peters. Bednarek. Now into the feet of Romeu. He'll look back for Bednarek. Over to Vestergaard. Back to McCarthy. And cleared away here by the Southampton goalkeeper. Good flick on by Armstrong. Will find Ings, and now it's Walker-Peters. Looking up the line here, but easily read by Webster. Shea Adams tried to take it away, but it ended up knocking it out for a throw-in. This one thrown forward by Webster. Will escape his teammate there and be bounced back by Southampton before Welbeck can collect, but under a lot of pressure here. Now launched forward here. It'll run out of play. It'll be a Southampton throw. Remains deadlocked at 1 here as we're approaching the hour mark. See what changes will be made. Of course, one significant one already made by Southampton at the break. Danny Ings introduced for Musa Genepo. Walker-Peters. Good flick on here from Ings. Back into the path of Armstrong. Has Shea Adams on his right. Looks for Walcott on the left. Matched up against Veltman. Settles himself. Shoots! Just wide here from Theo Walcott. Pretty good attack there from Southampton. It's a good flick on for Armstrong. Great pick out by Armstrong. Walcott sets himself, looks for that curling finish into the back post, but can't quite pull off the curl. And that one sails just about a foot wide there of the right-hand post. Now Veltman will clear this one away. It's well read by Ward-Prowse, who knocks it down for Romeu. Walcott. Romeu. Ward-Prowse. Out to Bertrand. A lot of room here for the cross. He's going to look on the ground there, but easily read by Yves Bissouma. It'll be knocked out for a throw-in. Looks like one of Bertrand's teammates asking him to hurry up, but he's signaled to be patient here. Ball thrown in here for Ings. His miscontrol allows for a clearance. And Vestergaard will allow it to run out of play. Referee going to ask Bertrand to back this one up for the throw-in. So we have reached that hour mark here. Still deadlocked at 1-1. We'll see what the managers are going to try to change here. Bertrand took a lot of ground on that throw-in. Now cleared away by Dunk. Be headed down by Vestergaard. Ball still bouncing around, but Romeu, nice outside of the foot pass there to find Walker-Peters, and now Southampton have control. Long crossfield pass here from Romeu. Will pick out Adams, driving forward at Veltman. Going to look across the box, blocked away by White. Here's the shot from Romeu, bounces into the path of Armstrong. He tries to shift it, but it's blocked away by Lamptey. Romeu. Bertrand. In behind for Armstrong. First time cross, bounces off of Ben White, and it will trail out for a corner kick. So a little bit of sustained pressure here for Southampton just around the hour mark will result in another corner kick. Keep in mind they did score their goal from a corner. James Ward-Prowse serving one onto the head of Yannick Vestergaard, who thumped it home into the left-hand corner. This one from the opposite side of the field, I believe. It's actually the same side of the field, but it will be an in-swinging corner this time around instead of the outswinger that Vestergaard scored on. Here's Ward-Prowse. Corner kick comes in. Punched away there by Matt Ryan. Just does enough. Now, second cross by Armstrong. Good flicked header by Ings, but it's straight at Matt Ryan and sure hands from the Brighton goalkeeper. It's a good cross from Armstrong. Ings is in a good position, but it's just, yeah, it's so tough to generate the power from that near post, like flick it past the goalkeeper or even beat him at the near post. As Walcott's taking up a good position, lays it off for Ings, but Ings was shifting a little bit as he tried to get into a full sprint and kind of lost his balance there. Couldn't get there before Matt Ryan. Now Brighton in possession. We'll move it out to Solly March. He'll look up the line for Welbeck. He will get there second as Bednarek will knock it out for a throw in here. So here's March. Back to March as Brighton try to play out of pressure here. Clearance up into the chest of Connolly, and now March. Bit of a poor touch there, but he's managed to keep it in play. Now looking to swing this one in. Under pressure from two Southampton players, he will get a cross away. It'll block off of Walker Peters. Should be a throw in here. It looks like a substitution is about to be made. And it will be Neil Maupay coming on. Most likely for Aaron Connolly. Yes, it is. Throwing from March to Welbeck. Now back to Basuma. Thinking about crossing, but got closed down by Romeo pretty quickly there. Good work here by Webster and Dunk. Shifting play here with Veltman. Good layoff. Good layoff by Basuma. Webster. Robbed of possession here is Webster. Good turn by Ings. Romeo trying to play one in behind, but didn't look like Armstrong was on the same page. He'd held his run up there. Now Matt Ryan will be able to clear. Settled down here by Ings, but it's taken away by March. Brighton all the way back to Matt Ryan. Launched straight into the chest here of the newly introduced Maupay. He will lose out to Romeo. Armstrong. Laying one over. It's Ward-Prowse now out to Bertrand. Poked off of him. Gross. Oh, good ball into the path of Tariq Lamptey. Two blue shirts already in the box as Lamptey drives into the box. He's looking for the cross. It's easily picked out. Comes back to Lamptey. Setting himself. Shooting there is Gross, but he gets underneath it. And a great opportunity for Brighton has been spurned by Pascal Gross here. It's a great ball in for Tariq Lamptey. Lamptey gets his head up. He's looking for the right cross. He tries to pick out Maupay, but doesn't hit hard enough as Ward-Prowse is there. Then he lays it for Gross. It's a decent chance to get a strike away for Pascal Gross, but he's just leaning back here and just skies that one. Best chance here the second half for Brighton to try to retake the lead in the 67th minute. Southampton remain resilient here. It's Ward-Prowse. He is attempted clearance up the far sideline is skewed out to the left. It'll be a throw into Brighton. Another attempted clearance here from Bertrand will go off a Brighton player, off of Bertrand and out for a throw into Brighton. Bit unfortunate there. Throw in comes into the middle here. Maupay holding off a challenge. He's going to look for the strike. Instead opts to go over to Solly March. Solly March striking and doesn't get good contact on that. It comes across his left foot there. He doesn't put his laces through it. Instead tries to side foot it. And he skews his shot also wide left. Here's the clearance up the line, flicked on by Shea Adams. Still bouncing around. Adams trying to settle this one under pressure from Veltman. Instead, will hack Veltman to the ground. Brighton trying to restart this one quickly, but the referee has decided that is not allowed here. We'll call it back as a substitution going to be made. Nathan Redmond going to be coming on for Theo Walcott. So like for like swap for Hasenhüttl here just to keep someone fresh on the pitch who can pressure from the wide midfield position. Launched up the line by Veltman. Knocked on here by, I believe this is Gross. He's kept it in play, but it's an easy clearance for Bednarek. However, he puts his clearance out to touch, and it'll be a throw into Brighton here. So good work by Pascal Gross. Throw in coming here. Veltman into Lamptey. Welbeck. Now Bissouma. Good touch there from Bissouma to control that one. March now. Into Mopé. Mopé trying to take on the defender Bednarak there, but he will lose out. And now Walker Peters trying to come away with it. He is robbed of possession by March. Before Mopé's a little bit too slow to get that one into Bissouma. And now Webster will see that one cleared off of him for a Southampton throw-in. Throw in here from Walker Peters into the chest of Shea Adams. He holds off Webster well. Now Armstrong moves it to Romeo, who will move it over to Vestergaard into the feet of Redmond. Redmond's first touch. Romeo. Clipping one out to the right-hand side. It's a pretty good ball here for Walker Peters, but better reading from Matt Ryan, who will come off his line to collect this one. There is Lamptey. Back to Veltman. Up the right-hand line. Knocked down. Romeo clips this one in behind. It's easily read by Veltman. He can settle himself. Instead goes back to Ryan, who will clear. That one should be a Southampton throw on the far side. Bertrand throwing into the feet of Shea Adams. Now Danny Ings. Ings still holding on to this one in the far corner. Now be cleared away. Looks like it has come out for a throw-in and gone back into play. So it will be Southampton still in possession. Throw in here from Bertrand. Now cross in, headed away. Comes back to Danny Ings trying to get a shot away, but it's knocked off him by Dunk. '73rd minute here. The Brighton fans on their feet, excuse me. 2,000 allowed to attend today's match, trying to get their team some momentum here in the closing stages of this one. Still deadlocked at one apiece here. Good ball in behind for Bertrand by Redmond. His cross is too high. Will come all the way across the box and cleared away by Solly March. Great settle here from Bednarek. His pass to Romeo is a bit of a tough one, but Romeo handles it well. He'll shift this one back to Vestergaard, and Southampton will have possession to build their attack. Redmond. Slowly forward here. Ben White giving him more and more space. He looks in for Ings. Settled by Ings. Flick back. It's Redmond, and he can't keep his strike down. Fantastic opportunity here for Nathan Redmond, just introduced 4 or 5 minutes ago. You can see he slowly takes some space as Ben White continues to back off and then gets this flick on from Ings. He's on sides. Webster's keeping him on there. Certainly a great opportunity here for Southampton, and Redmond just cannot keep that strike down as he runs onto that flicked ball. This one shifted all the way over. It's Danny Ings getting onto his right foot, riding the challenge of Ben White. Now back to Bertrand. Redmond. Clipped in by Redmond, headed away by Dunk. Bit of a miscontrol here. Vestergaard can nip in, takes this one away. It's Romeu now. Clipped out to the left-hand side. Up goes Lamptey, heads forward. This one clipped over to the right-hand side by Adams, brought down by Walker Peters, but not to anyone in particular. Hoofed away here by Lewis Dunk, headed forward by Bednarek, settled by Bissouma. Well played there by Bissouma. Now driving forward, we'll find the pass to Mope, who will cut it back. Under a lot of pressure here from Armstrong, but handling it well so far. Bissouma now, or the Romeu all over him. Now it's come all the way back to Webster. And it's come back to Matt Ryan. Ryan. Beltman. He'll look long. That one headed forward, or headed on by James Ward-Prowse, but it's picked up by Solly March. A little bit of room to work here for March. Wants it at his feet. Does Mope? He'll get it at his feet. Mope tries to get around Bednarek, but Bednarek gets a poke onto it. Knocks it away from Neil Mope, and now a pretty simple foul here for Pascal Gross. Play will be allowed to continue as Southampton still have possession. Redmond. Romeu. 76th minute here. Over to Bednarek. Walker Peters. Vestergaard. Going to clip this one back to the near side of the pitch. He's actually picked out Walker Peters very well. Peters goes down in and around the box, and the call is made. It looks like it's a foul just outside the box here. So great opportunity here for Southampton. Take a look at this replay here. March, yeah, it is the right decision here. Definitely contact outside the box from March. So free kick here for Southampton. It's a very nice ball here from Vestergaard. Perfectly weighted. Makes it hard for Webster, and over the head of March. Definitely is a foul here. I do think it's outside the box. So this will be an excellent crossing opportunity for Southampton in the 78th minute. VAR, of course, taking a look at this, but the contact's pretty clearly outside the box. The initial contact's made outside. There's no way this is a penalty. This is not a clear and obvious error. The contact is made outside the box, and then his momentum carries him into the box. No, it's not a penalty. What? Stop watching this in slow motion. The contact comes in outside the box. It's like clear. Look at his shoulder is already into him here. This is already a foul. they're allowing this to continue for some reason. I don't understand. The momentum of March after he's already made contact with Walker Peters carries him into the box. This is not a penalty. I don't know why this is so hard. Why are we still here a minute later? What is going on? Holy shit, they've called it. You've got to be shitting me. Yeah, it's a foul, but it's outside the box. I just can't understand. I just can't understand. How is that a clear and obvious error? How? How is this a clear and obvious error? He's outside the box. Look at the contact's already been made. What? This is just wrong. Oh my word. Jesus Christ, guys. VAR needs to go so badly. I just can't understand what this is. We get little fucking half-inch offsides calls. We get offsides calls wrong. We get fucking overturned handball calls. What is this bullshit? This is never a penalty. This is absurd. They're going to lose the game because of this. There's just no justification for this because it's just not, it's not objective. It's just another referee making another decision in slow motion instead of real live and instead of live motion. This is insane. Either way, Danny Ings stepping up to this penalty up against Matt Ryan. Here comes Danny Ings stepping up, striking, easily scoring. Beautiful penalty from Danny Ings into the bottom left corner. Southampton lead in the 81st minute of play after a controversial VAR decision, and one in which I have to say I think is absolute horseshit. Class strike here from Danny Ings. Never looks like missing. Steps up. Brilliant strike here. But this is... I just don't know what to say about that, man. It just needs to go so badly. It's honestly mind-boggling to me that a technology that's literally designed to make decision-making easier, right? It's supposed to be fairly objective, make decision-making easier, have a backup, has made it so fucking hard to make a goddamn decision. It's insane. We're this fucking 2020. How is it so hard for a bunch of human beings to put their fucking brains together and make a fucking good system? Either way, back to play-by-play. Brighton here, moving it forward through Veltman. Johan Bash, who has just been introduced along with Leandro Trossard. We'll shift this one over to the left-hand side. Webster. Now it is Solly March looking in behind his Trossard. A lot of room to work here. He'll take a touch, looking for the cross. It's connecting. It's flicked around the box there by Johan Bash. Settled here by Basuma, trying to win out on this one. Trossard trying to get possession back from Romeu. Romeu will knock it off of Trossard. Looks like it'll be a Southampton throw here in the bottom near corner here. So substitutions made for Southampton here. Ben White was withdrawn there likely for Johan Bash. And Danny Welbeck was the man making way for Leandro Trossard. As short throw in here from Walker Peters. One back by March. He'll win a throw in off of Armstrong. Here's Lamptey. Moving this one. Tempted pass into the feet of Trossard is intercepted by Walker Peters. That's Ward-Prowse. Romeo under pressure from Basuma will go to ground. No foul called here. Should have been a call. Referee trying to do a makeup call here, so that's fun. Here's Gross into the feet of Maupay. Striking! Just wide from Neil Maupay. Excellent turn there onto his left foot. Completely deceived his marker, but could not get his strike on target here. See here, Gross. Good pass into the feet of Maupay. Spins quickly for the quick strike on his left, but yeah, just cannot get the direction right. Here's a long ball from McCarthy off of the restart. Headed forward, collected by Maupay. Still has possession through the challenge of Bednarik. Moves it out here to Handbash. He sets himself, looks for the cross, blocked away by Vestergaard. It's a corner here for Brighton. Here is the corner kick from the far side. Swung in here by Handbash. Up goes McCarthy. Catches it very well. Cleared here by McCarthy. Brighton with possession once again here. Here's March moving this one forward. Here's Veltman moving it out to Lamptey. Lamptey into the feet of Gross. He tries to spray one out to March, but his pass deflected. Shea Adams is hauled down here by Veltman. Here's Redmond down in the far corner, battling it out with Veltman. He will lose out. It's a goal kick here to Brighton. His time is once again against them. 3 minutes remaining in regulation here. By the way, Solly March did get a yellow card for dissent after that penalty was called. Alex McCarthy also getting a yellow card for time wasting. Now Maupay trying to move this one into the path of Solly March. It's intercepted by, I believe, Ward-Prowse here. Now Romeo finds his pocket picked, but a foul going to be called against Trossard. And Southampton can move it out once again. Launched here by Bednarek all the way up the pitch. Up goes Shea Adams. He'll lose out there. Basuma moves this one forward. It's a great ball out here for Lamptey. Has a couple options in the box. Has Vestergaard in front of him. Looks for the cross. Settles himself. Vestergaard, great challenge. Takes it away from Tariq Lamptey. He's been excellent here today. Romeu, Vestergaard. Good ball into Ward-Prowse. Clipped here by Bissouma. Basuma's going to get a yellow card for dissent here. A lot of frustration with the referee here for Brighton. So here's Southampton in possession once again here after that free kick. And Yves Bissouma receiving a yellow card. It's with Bednarek. Just about to reach the end of regulation here. Walker-Peters sending this one up the line. Excellent ball for Armstrong. He'll look infield here, but well read by Dunk. Pass back to Webster. Just about to reach the end of regulation here. We'll see how much stoppage time we have. As Shea Adams going to rob Veltman of possession here. Here's a great ball in for Armstrong from Redmond. Has to cut it back. His first touch a little poor. He slips. Challenged by Ryan here, who will chase him outside the Brighton box, and the chance has gone. Armstrong spurning that one a little bit with a poor first touch, but they do still have possession here. 4 minutes of stoppage time given in this one. Walker-Peters. Oh, he's been robbed of possession here. It's Jahanbakhsh coming forward. Has Trossard inside of him. Now waiting. Jahanbakhsh. He'll spray it out to Tariq Lamptey. 4 blue shirts in the box here. Lamptey trying to get some space for a cross. Now has the support of Jahanbakhsh again. He'll look infield to Bissouma. Actually, we'll look back here. Veltman. Lamptey. Jahanbakhsh. Bissouma. Webster. March. Crossing from deep here. Flicked onto the near post. Trossard's header on target. But straight at the waiting Alex McCarthy, who can fall on top of this one very gratefully. Anywhere else, and that header becomes a problem for McCarthy. It is a difficult header there for Trossard. He is very far to the near post. He doesn't have a lot of vision of what's behind him, as McCarthy's clearance is poor out into the far side. Battle for possession here. We'll stay with Brighton. Veltman will look over the top. It's headed away by Vestergaard, and the clearance completed by Ward-Prowse. It'll be a throw-in for Dunk. Will actually keep it in play here. Dunk going to look long here. 2 minutes gone in stoppage time as Walker-Peters will head this one forward. Romeu actually lets it run and loses out here to Gross. Solly March looks infield, tries to pass to the feet of Trossard there. It's intercepted by Walker-Peters. Great work from Shea Adams here. Coming back to take this one away. And now Danny Ings trying to come forward. Looks through the legs of Webster. He'll knock it off him for a throw-in. Walker-Peters going to throw in here. Collected by Ings, turns well, does get challenged well. And now it's Brighton with it again. It's March trying to move it on to Trossard. Good sliding challenge from Ward-Prowse will knock it away, but it is a Brighton throw. This one moved over here. Clipped along by Veltman in towards Dunk, who heads it forward. Mope, that one knocked away from him. Redmond tries to settle this, but Dunk is there to take it away from Romeo. Dunk lays it for Lamptey. Lamptey takes a touch forward, looking for a crossing angle. Back to Dunk. Trying to settle himself. Has Lamptey. Has a little space here. Gets his cross blocked there by Shea Adams. 30 seconds remaining in stoppage time here. Brighton need to get the ball into the box somehow. They've swung it around here. It's Pascal Gross over to Webster. March. On his right foot, and it's a poor touch from March. He's given it away, and now Shea Adams can just run the clock out here, try to draw a free kick. He actually handles that one a little poorly, lets it run out of play. Thrown in here, it's Gross. He needs to look long. He's sent it in towards Dunk here. Up goes Vestergaard over the top. He wins the header. It's down, and Southampton will run out with an away win here against Brighton and Hove Albion, courtesy of a very controversial penalty given to Southampton in the 80th minute of play, finished off neatly by Danny Ings. And the goal from Pascal Gross on the penalty in the 26th minute, equalized by Vestergaard's header. And Southampton can be happy with another good result, keeping them in the top half of the table. That'll do it for our coverage here today. I need to get back to work, so I'm going to thank you all for tuning in, and I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful day. We will be back on for more Champions League action in the remainder of this week.